Hey guys, Mike the Intrepid Fisherman here, and today I'm going to go over a very simple, very easy to do tip that I have done for years, and I'm telling you, this tip is one of the best things I could ever tell you. So in front of me here, I have some lures that are cheap, and I have some lures that are mid-range. I wouldn't say expensive, but they're not a dollar. They're anywhere from $5 to $8. So those $5 to $8 lures, what's the biggest problem with them? Look at this. Look at these hooks, rusted out and bendable. Cheap hooks on even decent mid-level lures. So what I do, I take and I find a good size. This is a little bit too big for that one, but I find a matching size treble from MacLeod that has a lot heavier gauge, and it's a galvanized material, so it's not going to rust as quickly as the lures hooks that are on the lure right now. So I have right here a cheap little, out front of Bass Pro, they always have that big bin of dollar lures when you're leaving. This thing has caught me some really good fish. It's a cheap lure. I mean, the bill on it bends. It's just, the paint on it isn't the greatest. It does chip off when it gets bit. But the hooks were the worst problem. That was the biggest problem, is the hooks were a thin wire that bent out. Every time I caught a fish, I would notice that the wires were a little bent. Plus, the hook's tip wasn't as sharp and the barbs weren't as good. The barbs on these are a little bit thicker and they're a lot stiffer, so that when that hook gets in there, it stays. The barbs on these cheaper, thinner hooks actually may as well not even be there sometimes. And it's not that I just change out the hooks on cheap lures. I change it out on all my lures. Even these Spook Juniors, if you look at the hooks that they come with, they're not horrible, but they're not the greatest hooks either. So you can buy these cheap little lures, throw on some decent hooks, and you've got a great lure for pretty inexpensive, less than a couple of bucks. Whereas, you go out and you buy this guy here, and I still change the hooks. So it's not like, oh, well, I'll just buy a more expensive lure and that'll get me away from having to change hooks. Not necessarily. The other tip that I don't personally do, the other thing that I've seen some fishermen, some anglers on YouTube do, is change these out for single hooks. Single hook in the back, maybe leave the treble here, or single hook here, maybe leave the treble here, or single hook it all the way across. That's one thing I've seen people do. Guys, thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. Comment below. Let me know if you do the same thing, if you do it a little differently, if there's any other tweak or technique that you use when you're buying cheap lures, something you look for, the types of hooks that you use. I personally, like I said, I use the MacLeod, the heavier gauge galvanized style, because I do a lot of saltwater. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys do. Also, be sure to go down and hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of our latest videos as they come out. I went bass fishing. Actually, I've gone bass fishing a couple times over the past few weeks here and there, and I've had some great success. I've had some medium success, and I've had no success. So that video is going to be coming out pretty soon, so be watching for that. Be sure to like the video if you like these tips videos that I'm doing every week. I appreciate every single one of you coming by, watching the videos, and your comments. It helps me grow, it helps me learn, and I appreciate it, and we'll see you next Tuesday on the next Quick Tips.